Greetings everyone, welcome to my sketchbook. It's been a few days since the end of Inktober, so I have a fun little project that I'm going to do over 3 days. I'm going to show you something kind of interesting here. These are 3 different sources of Pokemon cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on each one of these and maybe just get a surprise look at whatever comes out of these and draw my own version of it. So, I mean, I have this, which is from McDonald's from, let's see, it says 2023. So that's kind of neat. I have these, which are like repackaged things from like a dollar store. So I'm not sure how they do this or why they do this. Resellers, I suppose, but it's supposed to be like random stuff. This one says it has premium cards in it. And the last one, which is a new Mega Evolution booster pack thing. Anyway, so I'll do that on the 3rd day. That's pretty cool, a dynamic looking character on that. So I'm not really familiar with Pokemon. This is how I'm getting kind of familiar with it. But these I end up giving away anyway. So I'm going to start off, let's call this part 1 of 3. I'm going to open up this from McDonald's, and it's a pretty cool little box. It probably came with a Happy Meal. It has some pretty neat little details all over it, like little Pikachu, and looks like a bunch of Pokeballs all over the place. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Oh, there's a few things in here. Okay, so there's some sort of instruction thing for match battle. I guess instructions on how to open something or other. I mean, I could read this. Oh, look at that. That's pretty exciting. Okay, comes with like it's a little pack of trading cards. That's pretty cool. And then some repeated images of Pikachu. They look to be kind of the same image. Okay, that's kind of neat. Oh, look at that. There's a Pokeball on the back of that. And what's this? I guess encouraging you to play online. So this is this has 4 additional game cards. And on it says made for McDonald's 2023. So okay. It's a Titan. It's kind of a neat looking card. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Pokemon are anyway, so it's all a surprise to me. But that one looks pretty cool. So that could be fun to draw. Oop. Let me put this out flat for a moment so the stuff doesn't just roll away or slide away. This one's called Flittle. And not much going on the card. It says that it can ram. Kirlia. Okay. And Kilowattrel. That kind of looks like a seagull. That's kind of interesting. I don't know what this is. Is that like a standalone sort of? Yeah, it must be a standalone sort of version of whatever that creature is. Let's go with this one. So I'm going to try to draw something that looks a little bit like this. Flittle. And yeah, just for fun. So I'll have to do some research on that, find out what that is. I'm going to open up my inkwell. It seems to be kind of round. It looks kind of like a little chicken or something like that. I don't know what these are coming out of its head, if that's like hair or more sort of like flowy ribbon-like material, like what, yeah, I don't know what that is. So a little bit of research, I guess, is meant to be, but I'm going to treat this as if, well, all I have to go on is this. Okay. Let's tilt this back. Let's zoom in on this just for fun. See if we can get it to kind of lock down a little bit. And I'm going to set this off to one side as kind of a reference of sorts, but I'm not really going to use it very strictly. For fun, I'm going to start off with the eyes. I'm going to have it kind of looking to my left. And what I may end up doing is I'll treat it as if it's about to get into a battle, or it's upset, maybe. I don't know how this thing battles, though. But let's, for fun, make an angry kind of version of it. But not super angry, like, you know, just intense, getting ready for battle. Let's see. We'll let the eyes look more intense. We're going to be really focused. The mouth of this thing, if it's a little bit more like, yeah, I don't know if it would be more like a chick, like a baby chicken. Maybe at this stage it probably could be more like a little baby chicken. I'm going to try to draw kind of that way because I don't know anything about it. It has, I'm going to go a little darker down at the bottom of the eye here. Oops. And 3 kind of eyelashes on each eye, which I will make sure we keep that, because that seems funny. There's some sort of a triangle-like thing on the forehead. There's my buddy Neville in the background screaming at me, probably saying, hey, it's already been over 8 minutes. Time to focus. Let's see. Doesn't seem to be a very deep forehead beyond that. Now, I don't know if you've spent any time on my channel before, but I've said this and I'm going to say it again. Any creature that I figure to be born or hatched from an egg, I like to try to incorporate some shape of the egg in that creature, even if it's grown up. So with a chicken, the body I might draw to look like an egg, just for fun. I mean, it's not purely scientific the way that I do that sort of thing. So I'm going to do the ruffles on this a little bit differently, I think. I'm going to treat it more like, maybe a little bit like a ghost sheet kind of thing. I'm going to stylize some ridges like that first. Almost like Batman's cape. So yes, if I didn't say this before, I'll say it again. I'm doing my own version of this because I don't know this creature. Next, looks like there's a second row. So I'm going to do another kind of row underneath it. Just like that. So it might be missing some kind of like smooth element, which is fine with me. It has some sort of like the bottom part here with like little tiny feet. Well, I'm not going to be able to see much of those feet if this is mostly round, but I'm going to show a little bit of the feet here. Maybe. I don't know what I think of that. Let's do a little bit of a quick kind of outline of this. So I don't know if Flittle needs to have a Batman cape at all. How would I draw something I have not really seen before? Well, this is how I'm drawing it. Now up here we have some kind of thing going on. Almost like pigtails. And I'm not really sure what to make of whatever is flowing out. I'm going to have it kind of going in the same direction just for fun. It seems kind of interesting. Let's go with some like little angry intensity veins. That way we know we're serious. And we're going to go a little darker around the eyes, I think. Now, trying to figure out a couple of things of what I expect more of. Putting in some curves underneath and around. Some shadow work as well. Okay. Now the next thing, just for fun, just as we're getting to the 15-minute mark, I'm going to get out a cup and water with a a brush. And this I'm going to use to just sort of sweep in more of that shadow workings underneath this top part of this. Because that seems interesting to me. So if you know lots about this character, let me know a little bit in the comments if you wish. I will respond to most things. Of course, be respectful of others when you comment. Of course, do that with that in mind, because sometimes there are very young people who just who like checking out cool things online too. So you have to keep that in mind, that sometimes someone's little brother and sister might be checking things out as well. Now let's see. Just some very light shadow works for the upper part of Flittle's kind of, it's not really a cape. I don't know what this is. Maybe it is kind of like a cape. Seems pretty cool though. Underneath this part here, let's give a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay, we'll do the final kind of inking of it. I don't know if these type of feet mean that we don't really run on the ground as much. Maybe we just kind of float mainly. That would almost make sense. So I don't know what kind of ability, oops, stop shaking that. What kind of ability that would be that would have you floating. I would have to say that that is probably like a telekinesis kind of thing. Kind of maybe a psychic ability, I guess, which a lot of Pokemon have. They can be pretty intense. I'm going to round out some of the sharper pointy ends. I want to say hello to my friends in Bolivia. Say hello to my friends in the United Kingdom. Of course, in Canada, the USA, and all around the world. Thanks for hanging out. Of course, you don't have to draw what I'm drawing. You could draw whatever you're drawing, but you know how long the video is, so if you just need something to play around in your ears while you're drawing for 25 minutes or whatever. You can hang out and listen to me rambling on about stuff. It's also your opportunity to, you can subscribe if you wish, you can share, you can like, but comment. And if you comment, I generally will try to get back to you. We're almost done here. Right now I'm just kind of making sure the lines are intense enough. I really don't know what these things are up here, if it's like more kind of material-like, or if it's hair. So that'll be part of my possible research. Because maybe they glow, or they... yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is. Coming out of the sides of the top of Flittle's head. And let's say right here we can just print in and this is the name of this particular Pokemon. All right, folks, I think that's going to be it. Just a fun little drawing of a slightly more serious version of whatever this Pokemon card is. So I think that's kind of interesting. I'll have to look up to see what exactly this creature is. And yeah, maybe we'll see if we'll get Flittle to do some kind of battle at some point. All right. Well, no need of going any further than that, I suppose. I guess I could have like a little fun little... just scratch in some little cheeks, because that'd be funny. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a great day. And come back again. We'll open up these two repacked things next time around. All right. Ciao for now.